Hi there, it's Lily again, and in this video I have you in front of my very warm and cozy gas fireplace. I thought it would be a nice ambiance, and it's a little cold today, so I just wanted to do a little video with some of my favorite video games. I'm a huge nerd. Probably if somebody asked me to describe myself in one word, it would be nerd. I love video games, and I chose a couple out of maybe the 200 to 300 that I own, just to do some tapping and scratching, because I think that cartridges and the cases have nice sound. So here for my first one, I have Cooking Mama 2. I have the first one. It was one of the first games I got for the DS. It's a very fun little game. They call it kind of in a puzzle genre, but it's not really a puzzle game at all. It's a dexterity game, because the DS is a system that you use a pen with, and you do things like chop carrots, roll sushi, make pies, and it's kind of a cool little game because even though they don't have exact recipes written down, a lot of the food in it could be easily replicated in real life. They obviously researched the food they were making, and they have stuff from all over the world. It's very interesting. And here we've got your typical seizure warnings and whatnot. Man, my life would suck if I was epileptic, because I wouldn't get to play video games. It just goes through the controls like most games do, with cute little, like, donuts in the top corner and T-bone steaks. Again, just a very cute game that's it's good for all types of gamers. You don't have to be hardcore to really like it. My next game is probably one of my favorite games of all time, probably in my top 10. This is Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. It's an improved version of the Final Fantasy Tactics that came out when I was young, and it is a tactical RPG. And oh no, it's not in here. I must have it in my PSP. It's an amazing game, a fantastic plot, good characters, incredible battle system, very fun. You can see how humongous this guide is. It's ridiculous, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. It's got these... Ramza is a little bit bland as a character, but everybody else is fantastic. I love the betrayal and the entire political plot line of this game. And they just made it better when they brought it to PSP. It's really, if you like video games and you like RPGs and you're any good at strategy, definitely play this game. It's amazing. And one more PSP game. This one is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. It is also a fantastic game. Anybody who loves RPGs has probably played Final Fantasy VII, which is one of the greatest RPGs of all times. But to me, it was not one of my favorites until I played this game. This game explained everything that was not explained in Final Fantasy VII, and it is fantastic. I wonder if it's in here. I hope so. Oh, good. I really wanted to tap that. And the art is beautiful in this game, as it always is with Square Productions. recipe is very interesting system. I don't quite understand their choice of storage device. The cartridges and the DS make sense. This is just strange, the Universal Media Disc, but makes... probably shouldn't be touching that. It makes nice sounds. Anyway, as with all the games that I'm going to show you, I highly recommend this one. It's pretty heart-wrenching, actually. And you get to, if you played Final Fantasy VII, you get to see all your characters again. Well, most of them. Okay, next I'm going to have another Final Fantasy game. And I chose this one, not necessarily because it's one of my favorites, but because I got the collector's edition of it. And it's got an awesome case. And it is a good game. It's not up to par with the old Final Fantasies. I greatly enjoyed the battle system in this game, but the plot was lacking a little bit. But it is a good game, and this metal case is awesome. But this is even bigger than Final Fantasy Tactics Guide. Look at how beautiful that art is. Square is so good. I know they're Square Enix now, but I'll always think of them as Squaresoft. You can see, I wonder if they have the characters in here. A world called Ivalice. Well, they don't show pictures. They have the little names. Vaughn, Ash, Bosch, Penelo, Balthier, and Fran. Those were the main characters in this game. I quite loved Balthier, but what girl doesn't? Such a good game. I just really, even though it wasn't the best game ever, I probably played it so much because I went on all the hunts. And because the battle system was so much fun for me, I spent so much time ignoring the plot and just doing battles. Go ahead and go to the next one here. I have one more classic RPG that is very, very good. This is called Lost Odyssey, and I believe it was only on the Xbox, and I did not finish it, I regret to say, and I really should play it again, but it is a fantastic game. It is a little more adult, not in that it has any adult themes so much as the seriousness and the maturity of the content. I don't know if the nuances of the plot would go over a teenager's head, but basically this game has immortals in it, and the immortals struggle with some of the typical and not the typical heartbreaks of being immortal. And it's beautiful. There's a lot of reading. You should do the reading things. I mean, for some people they're boring, but I read a lot of the stories that pop up in the game, and it was worth it. It was, I really should play it again and finish it. The characters were interesting. I was a big fan of Jansen. He was the comic relief and was pretty hilarious, actually. I had a good time playing this game. And let's see, my last game that I will show you after this is also a fantastic game. I only chose really good games. It was a PlayStation 2 game. It was called Shadow of the Colossus. And this game, I don't even know how to categorize this game. It is amazing. It's kind of an RPG, it's kind of an action game, it's kind of an adventure game, it's everything, it's amazing. It has a very simple plot, but the gameplay is so fun. The climbing and the holding on and the very strange battle system, it's just incredible. I really enjoyed this game, and the way that the art in the actual game was done, it looked very cinematic. Every time I went and fought a Colossus, I felt like I was watching a movie. It was just beautiful. And it's a sad game, a good sad game. I highly recommend it. Even though your character kind of looks like a female and he's supposed to be a dude. Still pretty amazing. And I got this. We're actually fairly long. See, I have the greatest hits version. Oh, you can't see that. Greatest hits, that's when it's cheap and it's only 20 bucks. I got it long after just because I hadn't heard of it really. Let's see how scratched up the back of it is. Hey, not bad. Oh, well. I played it through maybe 3 times, which is pretty good because I stopped to get all the little salamanders and things. You remember back when things had memory cards. They don't anymore. It's pretty amazing how far video games have come since I was a kid. You know, I played like Mario 3 and Tetris and Bubble Bobble on my SNES, that was my regular NES. And then when we got the SNES, that was a huge deal. And then when we got the PlayStation, that was an even bigger deal. But, oh, I forgot to put there we go. But yeah, that's just a few little games from my collection that I love. I have lots more, and lots more that I love just as much. I was actually going to pull out my Persona 3 game, but I couldn't find it because it had an interesting package as well. But Persona 3 is a very good game as well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and as always, critique is appreciated, and any suggestions or ideas you might have. Thank you.